everyone.
Happy
Wednesday here at the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel.
We are so excited to be with you guys today because we're going to be kicking off Christmas crafts.
We are so excited for Christmas crafts. September 6th, I mean, it could not come soon enough because who's not ready for Christmas? Like, I was ready for it in July. We did a little.
We know you're ready for it year-round.
I'm always ready. Yeah. Are you all at home ready for Christmas this year? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you feel ready? Are you even decorated for fall yet? That doesn't matter. It just like, are you ready for Christmas? We just got out of a 2-hour meeting to talk about all of the crazy things we are doing this holiday season in November and December and all the things. So we're ready.
We are for sure ready.
We're so excited for all the things that we're doing this year. So you're gonna have a lot of things to participate in at Makers Gonna Learn. We have an amazing Christmas boot camp coming up. We have an amazing beginner boot camp. We have so many different things going on. Our Black Friday event, our New Year's Eve event, which is always a hit.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So as you guys are tuning in, share with us where you're visiting from, if you're ready. Patricia says, I love fall, but Christmas decor, I'm so excited. I just wanna clarify. I love fall.
Oh yes.
But
yes.
I really love Christmas.
I'm more of a fall girly, I guess. I think we and Alicia had this conversation the other day. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I really do love Christmas. But I'm kind of like, who was it that said that?
Patricia.
I'm kind of like Patricia. I really love fall too. I don't know, like it kind of,
I want to be
all
outside.
melts together.
It really does. It really well. I personally take Thanksgiving out of the equation. Like Thanksgiving's more of a day for me than like a big event.
Right.
So fall, like now until, you know, 1st of November.
It's kind of like your transition celebration.
Yeah. Like once we get through Halloween, I'm like full Christmas. Like I'm ready for it. But like getting from now until Halloween is like, you know, fall.
Right.
Just a small little touch of it. As the season truly changes, I enjoy the fall season a lot more, but I enjoy the things you do at Christmas way more. Like I enjoy decorating the house more. I love like it feeling like more
cozy.
special, very cozy. Yeah. So it's gonna be super fun. Lauren, what are you making today?
So today it's a Christmas card, but really and truly we're giving you the base of this card so that you can put anything you want on it. This can be a birthday card. You can turn it into a special occasion card. We're just giving you the base of it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be giving you the knowledge on how to add text to this 3D cutaway card.
Yeah.
And then you can add whatever element you want in the middle of it.
Okay.
So it really is, it's a great craft or a great project to start out with Christmas, but also one that you can take and transition throughout the rest of the year.
I love that.
Which is going to be amazing.
Okay, so real quick, I have a question. When you say 3D cutaway card, what makes it different than a regular card? Like who came up with that? Like what is the difference? Are you using cardstock in different ways? Like, you know what I mean? Like wonder what.
We're just layering a bunch of cardstock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
And this is just a technique that people call it. I'm just more so intrigued of like, I've been making cards for
There's nothing that pops up.
Yeah.
There's not a pop-up element to it.
I've been
I don't know.
making cards for a long time, so I was more so just curious. Maybe you all at home were also curious. So love to know just if there's anything different we need to approach it with. I'm super excited for you guys to see how this card comes together because it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful card.
You're gonna love it. Like it's gonna be such a great time.
And there are elements to this card that can be tricky and that can be frustrating. Let me just be the first to say it.
Crazy.
But I think that you all are really gonna enjoy the final product. And I'm also gonna show you a way that you can work around the frustration.
Ooh, that's gonna be super good. And speaking of frustration, if you are having frustration mastering your Cricut, if you have been considering joining our amazing community of thousands of Makers Gonna Learn crafters, here's what I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret about. we have a special flash sale to celebrate this like kickoff to Christmas crafting for $40 off our annual membership, or half off your first month at Maker's Gonna Learn. And that gives you unlimited downloads, either tier, either way you go. Unlimited downloads, you get to watch our Cricut curriculum, you get to master your Cricut with Maker's Gonna Learn, and you get unlimited downloads. So you could have everything for Christmas. We have thousands of Christmas cut files available today. And here's my pitch on why now is better to join than any other time of the year. And the real reason is Christmas, I always say this, Christmas has a deadline. You need to get ahead of that, okay? We want you to be thinking and making things for Christmas now, so you're not so stressed in November and December.
And Kristen made a really, really good point. Kristen said, I had plans all year to make my Christmas cards throughout the year.
Right.
And here we are in September, and I've only made one. That's still okay. You still
totally
have
fine.
time. You still have plenty of time to do this.
You can simplify your card down to meet your quantity.
Yes.
Or, this is funny, you can have a smaller list of people that you want to send more elaborate cards to. Either one, and then everybody else can get a basic card.
Right.
Whatever you want, that is what you can do. Like, that's what you kind of have to do, a trade-off. We want to help you have a handmade holiday, whether it's decor, whether it's gifts. Here at Maker's Gonna Learn, we can make that happen. So we want you to say yes to membership today, and you're really go say yes to your handmade holiday, your Christmas decor, your Christmas ornaments, your Christmas cards, and so much more. So we're super, super excited. Also, congratulations to everyone that joined Maker University. Your first module got added yesterday.
Yeah.
So I hope you're taking full advantage of watching that curriculum. If you haven't joined Maker U, you can start today and have freshman year and sophomore year for the pre-sale price. It ends Sunday. So if you haven't grabbed a ticket, grab a ticket today so that you're in there. You get to participate at the lowest price possible. The price goes up on Sunday. Sadie's gonna drop you that link so that you can join. Either membership is like the little hot flaming emojis.
Yep.
And then she'll drop the Maker U as well. So super fun. Hey, Carrie, so good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. We love it.
With all of that being said,
Yeah.
I think we need to go ahead and get started because there's a lot to this project.
But it's paper. It's very affordable.
It is.
And the supplies are pretty minimal.
They are minimal.
Let's do it.
I have a lot, and let's just go over and I'll show you
Lauren
guys.
has a lot of things to share.
I do have a lot of things to share. So first off, let's start out by taking a look at this card. Y'all, I am obsessed. I want to show you an up close look at this card. Like, there's just so many layers and it's so beautiful. And the good part about this is it looks like it would be very hard to make, but y'all, we have simplified this. I built this card from the ground up. Everything you see I built, but we have turned it into a cut file for you all, so you do not have to build it. It's all you have to do, pull it into Design Space, and it's gonna be there for you. So this is the card that we're gonna make today. What I mean by the base, and I'll show you here in a minute, we're giving you this whole card without this middle piece and without the words, so that you all can come in and add whatever words you want. So maybe you don't want it to say joy to the world, or maybe you're making it for a birthday card. You can have it say happy birthday or congratulations or all kinds of different things. But we are going to be making this card today. So let's start out by talking about the materials that you're going to need. So you can see I have lots of different paper here on the table. And that's because, especially for this middle piece, I wanted to give it depth. I wanted to have all of these different colors. I wanted it to be eye-catching. You don't have to do all of this. This is because I'm extra. You don't have to do all of this stuff. But if you want to, the colors that we're gonna be using today, I am going to be using, and I don't have a sheet of it because I did pre-cut this base layer, you can see here. So we are gonna be using Ashley, the Celebration Warehouse, Ashley Thalco paper. This is her shed-free glitter cardstock. This is in the champagne color and red. And y'all, this red glitter has so much depth to it. Like, red is not personally my favorite color, but this red glitter cardstock to me is everything. I love it. So we are using the shed-free glitter cardstock from Celebration Warehouse, champagne and red. We also have some other colors. So these two colors came from Hobby Lobby. And so did the rest of these, because I'm very particular with my colors, and I wanted the very back of the poinsettia to be like a really deep kind of purpley red. So I was not finding that in the Celebration Warehouse cardstock. So I did go to Hobby Lobby, and they had a pack of like Christmas colors, and it had this green or this red, and I think it also had this like greenish color in it. So you can buy a coordinating color pack of cardstock that is like Christmas colors. We're just using, I'm using 3 different shades of red, 2 different shades of green. Actually, we're gonna can this brown. I'm not gonna use it just because it actually ends up being very, very small, and I'll show you why here in a minute. And then for the base of our card, we're gonna be using the ivory from Celebration Warehouse as well, okay? So these are the colors of cardstock that we're gonna be using for, as far as matte. Yes, I have a strong grip matte on this table, but y'all, I did pre-cut some of this because this is a lot of layering. This is going to be a lot of design space work, so I wanted to make sure we had plenty of time to go over everything. And when I was pre-cutting this, I had a couple light grip mats here on the table. We obviously need to order new light grip mats because my paper was not sticking. So yes, I do have a strong grip mat on the table. I don't suggest you using a strong grip mat for cardstock unless it is very well used. And as you can see, this is a very, very well used strong grip mat. So it's about the right tack that we're looking for. But really and truly, when you are working with cardstock, you're gonna need to work with a light grip mat or a well-loved standard grip mat, okay? Something else I have on the table are new blades. Now, the reason that I have these new blades on the table is because I am going to change the blade in this Cricut, because with these small pieces, if you don't have a good sharp blade, you take a risk of not getting very good cuts and it sliding around, tearing your paper. So I am going to change the blade in this Cricut. You all can see how we do that. Most of you already know how to do that, but we're gonna show you anyway. As far as adhesives for this project, I have 3 different adhesives on the table. I'm probably not gonna use all 3. Use what you have. One thing I do want to say when it comes to this shed-free glitter cardstock, the zig pen, for some reason, just does not stick as well to this shed-free glitter cardstock.
I don't think there's enough things for it to tack to.
Right.
So you just want to be careful. You know, the zig is so good for regular cardstock. It's
Yes.
so good for regular cardstock.
Yes. But I really like the Aleene's tacky glue, and this is the precision tip. It is great when it comes to this glitter cardstock. And of course, the ATG gun is really good for the larger areas that we're gonna be working with. So, and I know we've had some friends on our channel that have said they have certain glues that they really like that we may not use. Y'all, the type of adhesive that you use is going to be a personal preference. These are just some of our favorites that you can use.
We can say these are all tried and true.
Right. Like, for example, Alicia, if she was on here, she's gonna go for this zig pen before I do, because I'm an Aleene's girl through and through. I don't know why. That's just what I have always grabbed. That's what I always gravitate toward. If it was Tanner, he's gonna go toward the ATG gun before he grabs either of these two.
For sure.
So that's why I have all 3 of these on the table today, because I wanted you all to know and understand that just because we used one type of glue doesn't mean it is the one you have to use. These are just our 3 favorites, okay? So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into Design Space because there is going to be a lot of Design Space work. So give me just a second.
Someone asked, do we have an envelope to fit this card? Do we know if we have an envelope on the side? I can look.
I didn't look to see if I had one.
We'll take a look.
This is a 5x5 card.
Perfect.
I do know that.
Awesome. I'll look.
It is just a square, 5x5 square for this card. Tanner will look and see if there is an envelope for it. If not, we are making those new envelopes for a project coming up. We may just make them.
Love it.
For that. Okay, so in Design Space, now that we're here, you can see, looking at this looks super, super complicated, right? It looks like, oh my gosh, I don't know, can I really do that? Let me just go ahead and tell you that you can.
That's literally what Yolanda commented. She's like, wow, I believe I can really do this. Yes, you totally are going to be able to do it thanks to the training today. So if you're not a member,
absolutely can. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Maker's Gonna Learn website. We are going to hop over to, we're here at the website. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our poinsettia. And we're going to, there it is. So here is the poinsettia file. Once again, just in case you all were wondering, I actually made this out of basic shapes and files that we already had on our Maker's Gonna Learn website. So talk about manipulating files, and then from there we have just turned it into a file for you all. What you're gonna do, you're gonna download that. You're gonna make sure it unzips. Unzip your poinsettia, it's an SVG, okay? From there, we're going to do let's just type in card.
And I just wanted to clarify, we do have envelope files on the site that can be resized to any size, so whether it's square, rectangle, etc. I just wanted to verify that. And then we had our friend Tina also say you can take any envelope and resize it to fit. So I had to verify with Courtney that, and then she chimed in too. So yay!
Okay, so the next file that we're going to be downloading is going to be titled Cutaway Card. Once again, from there, you're gonna click the arrow pointing down. You're going to double click and unzip that. And then here in just a second, we are going to upload that into Design Space. Now, really quickly, what I'm going to do, okay, perfect. I could not remember, let me go back and show you what I just did real quick. Okay, let's talk about what I just did because I forgot what font I was using.
Oh, this
and
is a great hack.
a great hack for those that may not have been around. We started doing this, I'd say about 9 months ago or so.
I feel like it was early 2022.
It might have been even longer than that. But in case you did not know, if you forget what font you are using, and let's say you have already ungrouped it, you've ungrouped to lines, ungrouped to letters, whatever, it's not popping up over here. What you need to do is come to, here you can see I have it all ungrouped to letters, and then I have united it back together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on one of these letters. Right click, you see how it pulls all of this up? From there, you're gonna scroll down to the bottom. You see where it says Image Info, and then Image Info. Over here, it says Selected Font, Blake.
So smart.
So easy. If you can't remember what font you're using, go back, right click, go down to Image Info, and it will show you what font you are using, okay? So from there, we're gonna go back to our Maker's Gonna Learn website. We're going to go to our fonts, and then the font we are going to be using is Blake. What you are going to do, it's this one, not Rustic Blake, not the circle one, it is just the regular one. You are going to click the download button, you are going to double click it. Here you can see it's pulled up here. You're gonna double click that and then install it on your computer. Now we do already have this installed, so I do not have to. Once it is installed, we're gonna pop back over to Design Space. Not sure why. Not sure why that did that. Not sure why my O is over there. But it needs to go back. There we go. It's still not right, but okay. There we go. So if you have uploaded, a font and it's still not in Design Space, one thing you need to do, come back up here to View, reload Design Space, okay? What it's going to do, it's then going to recognize all the new fonts that you have downloaded onto your computer, and it's going to pop them into Cricut Design Space for you, okay?
Love it.
So once you have unzipped and loaded that font, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Upload. You are going to go to Upload Image. We're going to go to our Finder here. We are going to find the cutaway card. Actually, you know what? We're going to, oh no. Are you serious?
We are going to update our Design Space and we're going to go into live Q&A. Cricut is going to do a little update for us. And who knows what they're going to have for us. So,
who knows?
I wanted to answer the question, what the F is their screen name? How can you tell if a maker's going to learn file is SVG or PNG or both, besides having to download each one? So, great question.
Yes.
If it is a print then cut, so if you're in our print then cut area, those are PNGs, all right? If you're outside of the print then cut area, for 98% of files, you're going to get, when you download it, a zip file. Inside of that zip file, you get an SVG and you get that PNG. Our team works so diligently to provide you both of those for whichever file type you prefer to work in. If you have SVG available, I just want to encourage you to utilize that SVG function. So,
yes.
Yay, love it.
9 times out of 10, I'm going to go for an SVG unless there is no other option, just because you can truly customize an SVG to what you want it to be. If you know that you're going to, like, if you're planning on using it as a print and cut later on, you can customize an SVG to the different colors, things like that, and then flatten it and make it a PNG. So my personal preference, I'm going to work with an SVG before I work with a PNG. But that's just me. That may not be your cup of tea. Maybe you like working with PNGs better. Anyway, back to Design Space now that Cricut has uploaded, okay? Or fixed itself, whatever. We have gone to Browse, gone to our recent downloads, and we are going to grab the cutaway card SVG. We're going to open that. It is just a cut image with different layers. We're going to upload that, and then we're going to go back, browse again, downloads, poinsettia, open that. Once again, that is an SVG as well, and we're going to upload that into Design Space. Now what we're going to do, we're going to select both of these and add them both to Canvas. And here you can see we have our beautiful poinsettia and our card, okay? What you want to do now, so this card does not come in as a 5x5 card. It comes in a little bit smaller, so if you do want to make it larger than 5x5, my suggestion is, so the width is going to be half of the height, or the width is going to be half of the card. So let's say you want it to be a 6x6. Then you're going to make the width 12. Now you can see here that our width is 12 and our height is 6 inches, 6.07. So you can make it as large or as small as you want. Just know that it is going to be a square card, okay? So I'm actually just gonna go back. We're gonna make it a 5x5, okay? This, as you can see here, the width of our card is 10 with the line down the middle, which is going to be our score line, making this box 5x5. Are we all on the same page? Are we good to go? Whatever. So one thing I do want to show you is there are different layers to this card. So this red is different from our circles. These are all different layers. So one thing that you do need to do with this card is come down here to your base layer, which is our ivory layer, and you can see that we have a basic cut right down the middle. First thing you need to do, grab that basic cut, come over here to your operations panel, click that, change that from a basic cut to a score function, okay? Now you can see that we have a score line down the middle. Are we good?
I love it.
So you need to make sure that you change this basic cut to a score line. From there, what we're going to do, we're going to grab our text. Remember, we're working with the text Blake, so we're going to go to our system fonts. We're going to type in Blake. We're going to grab our font here. I'm going to pull it over here, and now you're just going to type in whatever words you want, okay? So if you want it to say Merry Christmas, joy to the world, whatever, we'll try Merry Christmas since it's different. One thing that I do think you definitely need to do, no matter what words you are using, you're going to have a top portion and a bottom portion. So once you decide what is your top portion, so for this one, Merry is going to be my top portion and Christmas is going to be my bottom. So I have Merry here. I'm going to select enter. I'm going to hit return or enter, and then I'm going to type out Christmas. Okay? This next step, what we're going to do, I'm not going to resize it just yet. I mean, you can if you want to. We're just going to leave it about this size. Next step is we're going to come up here to advanced, and we're going to ungroup to lines. Now, the reason we're going to ungroup to lines is because I want this down here at the bottom, and I want this at the top.
Now, for me, this right here, what you're about to teach on, I would think would be the hardest part.
It is going to be the hardest part. But just stick with me because trust me, it's going to be
well
worth it.
Yes.
Okay?
This is the best learning.
This is going to be the meat of our training. And I'm going to zoom in so we can all see it really, really well. And I'm going to change the color of this to red so we can see it better. Okay. So we're all good when it comes to this part. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take this Merry. We're going to come up here to the curve function. And we're going to curve our words so that it fits within our circle. And then I'm going to size it down just a little bit and bring it over to where it's going to fit. Now you can see, but Lauren, this Y is not touching, or that M is not where I want it to be, or it's not curved right. That's fine. We're going to actually uncurve this just a little bit. It was curved a little too much for the size. But you're just going to keep manipulating it down a little bit to where it fits within the circle. Okay?
Okay.
But we're not done yet.
It already looks so good.
It already looks
so
great.
fast.
It already looks great, but we're wanting these two pieces, so this black piece here and this black piece to connect. And we're going to get there in just a second. Just bear with me. So now we're going to pull Christmas down. And the reason we're doing these, there's a good chance that your top word is going to be either bigger or smaller than your bottom portion. That's okay. Because they're just not going to, they may not fit the same depending on what words you are using. So, once again, we're going to go to curve, but instead of curving it down, we're curving it up this way.
Wow.
Now, you see, but Lauren, that Christmas looks really weird. You know what? I agree with you. It does look really weird. What you can still do, we're going to go with Christmas selected. Here in a minute when I find it. There it is, Christmas. Christmas. Let's curve it just a little bit more, about right here. The good part about this, oh darn it. the good part about this is you see that circle, as long as it's close to the same, do y'all see that guide, the circle guide?
Yeah.
As long as it's close to the same size as that circle, it's gonna fit.
Right.
And I love that about it. But these letters are just a little too far apart for my liking. I don't know if they are for yours, but they are for me. So what
just
I'm
looks
gonna
different.
It looks different, right? Because it is such a longer word.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have to give up some
You
for
do.
bigger words, like just how it pans out.
Right. So I'm gonna go to letter spacing, and I'm actually going to pop the letter spacing down a little bit, and it's starting to look a little better, right?
Yeah.
But it still doesn't look perfect to me.
Right.
And you all know that I can be a perfectionist. So what the next thing, if this happens to you, what's bothering me the most is the MAS at the end of this word. It's just really bothering me. What you can do, if you are the same way I am, what you can do, come back up here to advanced, ungroup it to letters. Now we have all of these letters separate, and I can come in here and manually move my letters closer.
Love that.
And so here, my S, I'm gonna bring it down. Also, that's something else that I absolutely love working with is my keyboard. Instead of manually moving it with my mouse, I love clicking on a layer and moving it with my keyboard. I don't know about you guys, but it just really, it helps me a lot. And now that I've seen this, I'm actually gonna bump Mary down just a little bit more. It's all about manipulation with this project. And we're gonna uncurve it just a smidgen. Okay, so now I'm gonna select all of, we're just gonna work from the layers panel. We're gonna select all of the letters for Christmas, okay? We're gonna move it over just a smidgen.
That looks so much better.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
So now what you want to do is we are going to select Merry and Christmas, okay? We're going to come up here to offset, and we're gonna add an offset to these letters. Now, obviously it cannot be 0.25, that is huge. Right. We're actually gonna bump it down to about a 0.05 probably. But you want to make sure before you add your offset that your offset is touching both the bottom and the top layer, okay? So 0.05 is a little small. Let's go like 0.07. Yes, that's where I want that, okay? We see here that all of these are touching both top and bottom, and you can even come in and move this offset once you have selected it if you want to. Like this M to me needs to be kind of curved down a little bit, but once you have an offset that is touching both black layers, we're going to apply, okay? So now you see that the offset, although it's black, let's turn this offset blue so you can see it.
Yes, okay, this is good.
This is what we need. We need the contrast so that you all can see what we're doing here. Once we have this offset, we want to make sure that it is touching both the top and the bottom everywhere. So I'm just going to bump it down. And the good part about this is we can move these letters. It's okay if they're not touching right now. We're going to manually glue them down where the offset is, okay? So here, just a little bit, perfect.
It looks so good.
Now, with this offset selected, we're going to, at our layers panel, remember I said this was important, this part of the card is important. Yes, Shirley, if you want to move the Y closer, you can. That's going to be completely up to you. I'm not going to fool with it because we're this far into the tutorial at this point.
Right.
But now that you've pointed it out to me, it really is bothering me. But we're going to leave it alone right now, okay? Yeah. So with our offset, blue offset selected, we're going to also select this layer that has both of our black circle on the inside and our square on the outside. And we are gonna come down here to combine, and we are going to unite.
Okay.
Now, hold up. What just happened?
Whoa.
What just happened? Okay. What has happened is it has brought it to the front of the layer, front of your layers panel. So what you need to do, we're just going to move it back. We're gonna arrange. We're not gonna send all the way to back. We're just gonna start, we're actually just gonna move it down here. Look, we're just gonna pop it down there. And we're gonna bring it back into the cutaway card. And that's it.
No way.
That is it.
That is awesome.
So from there, if you wanted to add your poinsettia in the middle, we're gonna bring this guy, it is all grouped together. We'll arrange, bring him to front. Obviously that's really, really big. But the good part about the poinsettia is it's also in all of these different layers, okay? Now, one thing that I did notice when I was cutting this out is, let's find it. Yes. These little guys, the little white leaves that I have in here, when I started assembling this together, I didn't like them. So if there are pieces of this that you don't like, guess what? You can delete them out.
Yeah, you can simplify it or you can leave it as elaborate as you want.
Yes.
I will tell you, this is one that you can get away with less is more. In a way of like layers and cutting and all that. Like if this is stressful for you, just doing the card and like the technique Lauren just went through, that's big to be able to make such a custom card yourself.
Right.
Now we've provided you with, you know, lots of details on how to do that, so you can do it.
Now, these are all different layers, but you know how we were talking about earlier, how if you wanted to simplify it down and not have all of the layers, I'm actually gonna move these three little dots up a little bit, right here. You can, absolutely, Glenda, you can change the colors because it is an SVG.
Yes.
You can change these colors to whatever you want. So if I wanted to change this greenery here, I could come up here and change it to blue, or I could change it to whatever you wanted, okay?
Right.
But one thing you can do, if you do not have all of the different layers, or you don't want to go into the process of having all of these different layers, the good thing about this is you can take this poinsettia and guess what? You can flatten it together and you can make it a print and cut.
God bless it.
And it can be one layer.
Love it.
It can be one layer.
Yes.
Okay? So,
Whoops.
as I throw my mouse
Your
on the floor.
mouse.
If you don't, like I said, if you don't want to cut out every single layer, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Another thing that I do want to say when it does come to, and I just unflattened this because I'm going to do it in different layers. When it comes to making the card this small, so I noticed because I wanted a poinsettia in the middle of this card that we didn't have a poinsettia SVG, so I put this one together. It can be and probably will be used on many other projects that we do here at Makers Gonna Learn. But when it comes to this card specifically, I love the looks of these branches back here, but when you are cutting these branches,
On a 5x5 card,
it's
not
almost
practical.
impossible.
Yeah, it's not practical.
It's not practical if you are doing it, if you're mass producing these cards. So
Right.
once again, I'm gonna come in here. I love the looks of the branches. I think that it adds to this, but for this card, we're actually gonna be deleting that out. And because of that, I'm going to delete these berries out as well. And then to add a little more depth, I'm going to grab this. Actually, I'm gonna have to grab all of this. We're going to change all of these because I did flatten it. We're gonna have to change them all back to basic cut. Let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it.
And again, y'all, if you have not joined the membership, today is the best day to do it so that you can be Christmas crafting with us and get access to all of these files to make this card with us. You get all of this like bundled up for you. So it's super, super fun. So go ahead and join. If you go yearly today, $40 off during this flash sale. It ends really soon. Use the coupon code CRAFT40, C-R-A-F-T 40, or go monthly for half off that first month. So super fun.
Okay, so what I have done here, because I wanted to add a little bit more greenery up here at the top, what I have done is I've come down here to these holly leaves and I have duplicated. And Debbie, the reason I didn't contour is because you can't if they're all separate layers. So let's just look here at poinsettia. It doesn't give you the option to contour because you can see on your layers panel that all of these colors are their own separate layers. So you can see here, I've duplicated the holly leaves. Here are the little other frilly little leaves. You can see that I can duplicate those as well. I can duplicate this separately on its own. So these are individual layers. If it was all one layer, you would go to contour, but these are all individual layers, okay? So I wanted to add the holly leaves here, and I'm going to kind of arrange it where I want it, and then just to see and make sure this is what I want, I'm going to send it back behind that, and it looks beautiful. And that is what we're gonna do, okay? From there, you're gonna be ready to cut, and that's it. That is it. So I'm actually, because I have pre-cut part of this, I am going to delete this portion out. We're going to delete Christmas. And then I'm actually gonna come over here and grab we're gonna delete all of these other things that I deleted out a while ago. Delete out my here and here. And then I'm just going to grab these holly leaves here. And I think these holly leaves are on their own. Yeah. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Perfect. So these holly leaves and these will go here. And we're just going to delete this guy out. Okay. So now we'll move these back. We're just going to move them on back here. Oh, I merged it on accident.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. We'll change it back.
Love it. Let us know if you have any questions because we're about to start cutting, so we'll have plenty of time to address any of your questions, which will be super fun.
So here you can see I have duplicated that, and we're just going to, you all get the point. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Make It. And this black layer is going to be your champagne glitter layer. So we'll keep that there. That one is actually already cut. So I'm gonna go on to my next mat. The next mat is going to be your red frame that goes around the card. What I love to do, you all know me, I love to save paper or save money anywhere I can. So because this actually fits inside this square, I'm just moving the words inside that, and then actually gonna move that poinsettia inside that as well, so that I'm only cutting out this square, okay? Next up, once again, that portion is cut out. I did pre-cut that because we do have a lot of layers to cut out in this tutorial. So that portion is cut out. Now we're just gonna keep cutting out all of the other individual layers, and I'm pretty sure, you know what, I have that layer cut out too. That little layer is cut out, I'm pretty sure. So let's just cut out this layer. We'll start with this one. So we'll go overhead. This is gonna be my base. No, that's gonna be my base layer. This is gonna be my base layer for my poinsettia. This is gonna be the darkest color. If you do this with the cardstock, I love starting with the darkest layer at the back and moving forward with like a gradient effect. So I did the darkest layer and then I did the glitter layer in between, and then the lightest color red, which is what color the Joy to the World and the frame is cut out of, is what is on top. So we're just going to braid down our bottom layer of the poinsettia. We're gonna go to continue. We are cutting this with a fine point blade, and I did tell you that I was going to change the blade. So let's do that real quick. So for those that may not know, changing your blade quite often is important, especially if you are working with paper and doing paper crafting, because there is a very good chance that your blade is going to become dull depending on how much you use your machine. So to change the blade, and in case you all didn't know, you do not have to buy Cricut brand blades. We get these on Amazon. They're like $10 or $15 for a pack of 30, which is a great deal. In this pack, there are 3 different angle blades. So you have your 30-degree angle blade, your 45, which is going to be the red blade, that is your fine point blade, and then your 60-degree angle blade, which is going to be your deep point blade, okay? So the higher the angle, the deeper the cut. We don't use this 30-degree angle blade very much. It's going to be used for very thin materials. If you're brave enough to try to cut tissue paper and things like that, very thin materials, you can use this 30-degree angle blade. But most of what we are going to be cutting is going to be on this 45-degree angle blade, which for this pack, you get 20 of those blades versus 5 of the other 2, which I love. So to change the blades, what you're going to do on your housing, Kim, the brand is Streweek, Streweek. It is not in the description.
No, they're just from Amazon.
They're just from Amazon.
Yeah. Totally
but anyway,
fine. Let's get to cutting.
Yes, let's get to cutting.
Oh, we got to put the new blade in. This is so easy.
So to change your blade, you're going to press the top of the housing, pull your blade out, take this. I love how they're color coded. You're going to take that off the end, press the top in again. There's a magnet inside the housing. It snaps in there, and you're good to go.
Love it.
It's that easy. That easy. Okay, we'll worry about that in a minute. Next, I'm just going to put my housing back into clamp B, close that clamp, and then load in my material, and we are cutting this on medium cardstock. And while that is cutting, I'm actually going to unload this that I have already pre-cut off of my mat. Oh, I'm so glad that I changed that blade, because that didn't even cut through that medium cardstock that well.
The cool thing is that when you do that, you are, kind of just making sure that you're gonna have the best cut possible. And what I was trying to say, I lost my train of thought.
See what I mean?
Oh my goodness, the devil's playing with the church's money.
Even with a strong grip mat.
It's so funny. You're gonna have to give it a little tape or something.
Who would have thought?
But what I wanted to say was, having off-brand Cricut blades that you love, I think it just entices you to feel comfortable changing them more often. Not saying Cricut blades are expensive, but we definitely find ourselves changing our blades more. And I think that just ultimately gives better cuts.
Yes,
So, yay!
It does. Okay, we're gonna go back, try it again. Medium cardstock.
Yeah, crazy. And where'd you get that cardstock from?
That cardstock came from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby?
It
Okay.
came in a pack.
It's not our Ashley Falco.
It's not, but Ashley doesn't have the color red that I was looking for.
No, Ashley, what is up with that?
I don't know, and I don't know where our True Control knife is. So, because my blade was not doing what it was supposed to do a while ago, I'm just having to cut this right there. Perfect. That tape really helped keep it down.
Oh, I thought that you were saying that sarcastically, and I was like, really?
No, it truly did. It truly did. I'm just trying to unload this. Okay, so we have our back portion done. with our poinsettia. I feel like there's a mess on the table, but I promise we're getting there. I still have to save this because I need those letters. Next, we're going to our actual card. Let's do that. Let's do our actual card portion. So now we're going to load. Now this is the Ashley Falco brand. Y'all, I'm still gonna tape this down. I know you think I'm crazy taping down cardstock on a Strong Grip mat. I don't trust it anymore. I do not trust it.
Yeah, it's happened multiple times today.
And I just don't have time to deal with it.
Sometimes you need some little tape. Totally fine.
I am using the washi tape. If you watched the live yesterday, I am using the washi tape that Alicia had in here. So shout out to Alicia for keeping it in here.
And all these two files are linked down below for you. So whether you are a member, so great, you can download these files and make this project with us. If you're not a member, this is the project where you need the file. So again, we've given you a flash sale to kind of just give you that extra urge to like jump over the fence. I know many people have been friends of the channel for days, months, years, and haven't joined yet. So it's a great time to jump all in with this project. Super fun.
So I'm also adding in my scoring stylus because it is going to score down the middle. I thought the devil was playing with the church's money again, but he decided he didn't want to deal with me today.
Right.
Okay. So while that is cutting, we're just going to keep kind of getting our letters out. Y'all, I'm so, like, that blade, it really just did me dirty. Did me dirty. Do you care to run out there and grab me a True Control knife?
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions so far? Anybody have any questions? Oh, so much better. Look, cut like butter with that new blade. Cut like butter. Thank you, sir.
Ashley Falco would never do you dirty with her cardstock.
No, she wouldn't. We've also got 3 little dots here that I'm gonna get off this mat so I don't lose them. Now, I will say this card is beautiful. It is a labor of love. It is a labor of love. So this is, in my opinion, not gonna be a, let me recreate this 50 times, unless you do a print and cut with the card. But y'all, if you're really wanting to truly wow someone with a card, I'm the type of person that I throw away cards. I know
you
that.
throw away cards?
Not handmade cards.
Oh, okay.
Let me rephrase that.
You've got to be careful with what you're saying.
Let me rephrase that. I throw away cards that people just buy from the store. I don't know. Like,
me too.
But I'm also,
I think we all do here. Let's be honest.
I get it from my mom. I will say this. I get it from my mom. I cannot stand
clutter.
I
appreciate
cannot stand just keeping random stuff. It's just not in me. My mom threw away her high school diploma. Wow. I couldn't tell you where mine's at. I don't know. I don't know where my college degree is at. No clue. It's completed. It's done. But I just don't keep it because at this point, if you don't believe me that I have a college degree, then
I've really never even wondered.
Well, I'm just saying.
I've heard about your college experience enough to know all about that you graduated. That's all I know.
But I say all that to say, this is a card that if someone showed up and handed me this card and gifted me this card, I would keep it because it is so beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make every card something that you know they're going to want to keep forever, not only because you work so hard for it, but it looks so good. And this card definitely delivers.
For sure. So we have our little greenery pieces here. And last but not least, we're going to pray that this new blade works very well for me today. I don't know if you all can see. These little pieces are also, if you don't want to add them in, don't. Do your print and cut. So just so you know, as you can see, I tried cutting it about 12 times when I made this card. So anyway. Somebody I think did ask, what is washi tape? Washi tape is just a very thin tape. It was really big. There was a brand, the Happy Planner.
Yes.
At Hobby Lobby. I'd say it was about 6 or 7 years ago. It was like really big, right? Mm-hmm. They had a bunch. Anyway, washi tape kind of became big during that time for people that were
planners and all sorts
things
of
like that. It's just a very thin, like paper tape, and it's great to have on hand to tape down paper and different materials on your mat if your mat is not sticky enough. So I'm going to do some surgery on these words real quick, just because I cut this before I put the new blade in. And then we're going to start assembling our card.
Love it.
And I'm not even going to look over there, and I'm just
okay.
going
to,
if it works, it works.
It's
if
working.
it doesn't, it
Look
doesn't.
at the Cricut cut. It's so good.
Because these words are not cute, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it cut some of them great and did not others. I know like sometimes we have to pre-cut things just for the sake of time for you all, but I try my best not to pre-cut everything because I know you all like seeing us actually craft and put it together and things like that. So, and plus you sometimes get to see our fails.
Yes.
And for some reason you all just love it when we fail.
Right.
Okay, got that. I think that's all of them. Oh, we got to get the inside of these little guys. There, and here, and here. And one other thing that is very, 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 if you are a paper crafter, something you definitely need. You think? Can you guess what I'm thinking of?
Is it something you don't have, or if you're a paper crafter?
If you're a paper crafter.
Oh, reverse tweezers.
Yeah.
We need those. Do you not
do.
have any out? I'll go grab you some.
No, they're not in here for some reason. I have all my other tweezers except for reverse tweezers. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to, on my score line, you can see here, I'm going to fold our card on the score line. Okay. Oh, Deb said pen tool. Pen tool is very handy, but not when it not as much so with paper crafting. It is very, very handy, but the reverse tweezers are so much more handy when it comes to paper crafting. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to tack down our first layer. This is the Joy to the World. Now this is one where the ATG gun is gonna come in very handy because the back of this, it will stick very well to the back of this, okay? So we're just going to ATG this down. Also, me and this ATG gun,
sometimes
we don't get along as well.
If your ATG roll isn't set up properly, like when you replace it, it gives more trouble. Like it doesn't glide as well. So
yes,
we may need to revisit and change it out.
So we are just building our base layer here. Now I'm going to grab the Aleene's glue because we are going to be working with this is going to go on top of our glitter layer. So this is why the reverse tweezers are so handy is because I don't have to apply pressure to this. And all I have to do is hold it and I can add my glue. Yes, we did have someone say that they looked up the price of the ATG gun, and it is a little bit on the pricey side, but if you are a paper crafter, it is worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it really does make things a lot easier when it comes to paper crafting, if you're doing a lot of paper crafting. Okay, so we're just adding our glue. We're gonna come in, add our frame here. Now, I do like working with the Aleene's glue because it gives me a little bit of time to move this around and I don't have to work so fast. But we're adding that in. Now we're just going to start placing our letters. So I'm going to be picking them up individually. Oh no. And then adding my glue. It does not take a lot because you don't want it to seep out a lot onto your card. So just a little goes a long way with this.
I mean, honestly, this is the fun part. Kind of like when you're weeding vinyl, like this is very similar in paper crafting, like building it and taking each little layer and like putting it together. That's the fun part, and that's the part that is a little repetitive, but it's totally fun. Totally good.
And I apologize if I get quiet. It's just I get very, I concentrate a lot.
Yeah.
When it comes to this.
For sure.
Do we have anybody asking any questions?
Let's look here. Oh, Yolanda says, now you tell me I just brought 2 blades at Michael's for $6. Yolanda, you do not need to be spending that type of money on blades. That's what I'm saying. Like the off-brand ones on Amazon are really good. Just read the reviews. Super, super fun. Denise says, it makes me happy I'm not the only one that has issues with getting the letters or tiny pieces cut out. Love that, Denise. Love it, love it, love it.
You are not. That is just part of crafting. It's something is going to go wrong not every time, but.
Right.
Speaking of craft fails, let's talk about a really big craft fail that I had the other day. I was in such a hurry making, trying to cut out some stuff for some HTV for bags that I'm making for one of my friends.
Yeah.
And, which by the way, I think I ended up making my mic.
Oh no.
Just came off.
Oh no.
The glue.
Uh-oh.
We're just gonna let it hang like
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Where is it? Okay.
Lauren's been having a little mic issue today.
Yeah, can they still hear me, Sadie?
Yay.
Okay,
Perfect.
good. So anyway, I ended up making 92 bags.
Wow.
92 bags.
All heat transfer vinyl.
All heat transfer
so
vinyl.
much weeding.
Yes.
Crazy.
But I used the Venture.
Yeah.
And it cut the time way in half.
How many on one mat could you cut?
Well, I was only using 12 by 24 inch pieces of vinyl, but I was able to cut 12 on one mat.
Amazing.
Because
that's a few mats.
Yes. I think they ended up being like 6 by 7 inches, like the design. Anyway, y'all love it when we fail, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell on myself. I cut a full mat, so 12 pieces, 2 12 by 24 rolls of vinyl, and forgot to mirror.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's not like a small mistake.
No, no. And I realized it after it was done.
Yeah.
Because I was in such a hurry trying to get some other stuff done. I was trying to get, because I was doing cups as well. Doing some cups as well. But anyway. So yeah. Now somebody said, oh, that was, yes. So used to people, oh, no. No, I put the glue on the wrong side of the letter. It's okay.
Love it.
I did see somebody said that you can use aluminum foil to clean your blades, but there's a common misconception.
It's not going to sharpen it.
It's not going to sharpen your blade, but it can clean it, but so can paper towel and alcohol.
Yes, there's total simple ways to do it. We just don't keep aluminum foil like in our studio, so it's not a super practical use for us, but it's up to you.
Yeah, it did hurt. It hurt a lot when I cut all those and forgot to mirror. But what do you do?
Look, it's all, the words are all glued down.
Finally.
Yay.
Now we're going to start with our back layers.
So Claudia, I want to give you this thought, and I think this card is a really great one to use. If you were to sell this card, how much would you sell it for? Let me tell you, Claudia, I would not think this card would be good for you to sell, or myself. I don't think this card right here would be one that you would want to make and sell, because it's going to take some time, right? Like, the things you want to sell are things that can be replicated and, you know, created really quickly. If I tell you a price of, let's say, you know, $10 to $12, right? $10 to $12 probably isn't going to end up compensating you that well when everything's said and done. The thing about a price is you are making a commitment to your customer that no matter what, you're going to figure it out to get that order complete, right? You're going to do whatever it takes to complete that order. So if you have a craft fail, things like that, you're going to eat that time. So you're taking a liability. You know, I think of service providers, which is what we are. We're service providers, and you know, I had a service provider quote me to do this gravel, okay, and do some other things for like a driveway, okay. He gave me the price, and he committed during that time of whatever happens, he's going to still do it and get me a finished project for that price. That's a lot of liability. And I think for people that are creating, they aren't looking at it from that angle of like, oh, this could go poorly and like I need to create and kind of add in some buffers. So with all that to say, I don't think this card would be great to sell.
I don't either.
Love it.
I think this is more so a labor of love for someone you want to create this for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. This should be more of like serving someone and like just making it for yourself, and then you get to see their enjoyment and things like that.
Now these little dots, it's just like the tiniest bit of glue is needed, and then I'm just coming in and placing them down. Oh no, where'd my other little dot go? You know what? We may have just lost the third dot, but it's okay. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. He's in my reverse tweezers.
Yay.
And actually, you can just use what glue is underneath these other dots and put that down there. Oh, and that's it.
Love it.
I say that's it, but it took a little while.
Yeah, Lauren, the card did take quite a bit, but I do have to say, it's so adorable.
I know.
I love the poinsettia. Guys, I have to say, I love square cards.
I do too.
I really
That's
love
why I
square
created
cards.
this square card, because I feel like most of what we do is a rectangular card. So I wanted to
Yeah.
kind of switch it up and do a square card.
Yeah.
Just because I think they're really fun. And let's be honest, I created the actual like poinsettia as like I created all of that because I think that poinsettia would be beautiful if you were wrapping gifts with the brown craft paper
Oh,
and you
yeah.
cut that poinsettia out of paper to adorn some of your, instead of using a bow,
That would be super fun.
you put that on a present.
Yes, that would be super, super fun. So I have a Cricut Maker. Are you including this machine in the how-tos or will you? That's a great question. So all of the training we do here, especially today's episode, can be done with your Cricut Maker. If you're new and you're saying, Tanner, I really want to master my Cricut, I have an amazing offer for you today. When you join the membership, which all the details for this is going to be linked for you in the pinned comment, first link in the description, our year membership is $40 off.
Yes.
Using that coupon code CRAFT40, or our monthly is half off, okay, for that first month. Now, what you need to know is when you join, you're getting access to the 30-day challenge.
Yes.
That is going to help you take it out of the box. I mean, from setting up your Cricut account, we give you the tour of Design Space. We teach you everything you need, all in 30 days or less. Or less. So
Or less.
we are so excited. I do want to open it up. If you have questions about the card or the membership or Cricut in general, now is a great time to ask that. So pop those questions up. We would love to hear them and check it out. So Diane says, what do you think of doing it as a kit and selling it so they can assemble it? Diane, if that's your business model, I love that for you. But if you're going to create a kit because you don't want to assemble it, no.
Yeah. If you create like kits that you sell, sorry, I'm holding my mic
Okay.
because
Nobody worries. Nobody's upset.
if you create kits that for people to assemble themselves, then you know this card would be a great one.
Yeah.
But you would also have to like give written instructions as well.
Yeah, you'd have to do like our business. You'd have to teach them how to make it.
Yeah.
Like it's a totally different business, right? Like here's the thing. I know I have probably more belief that in you that you could sell whatever you wanted than maybe you even have in yourself. But you need to ask yourself the question, the question isn't could I sell it? It's should I sell it? Like, is this the best thing for me to sell right now, right? What is the easiest thing that I can create and sell today? What is the thing that I know how to do the best that will make the biggest impact and honestly have the highest contribution to your customer? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself.
Now, Kim made a good point and said it's a good idea for a craft class. Now, if your business model is, I'm going to, because a lot of people used to do those painting classes.
Yeah.
If you were had a business model where you taught like in-person classes,
Super
and this was
fun.
part of the in-person class, great.
Yeah, it would be great. It would be super fun if you had the kit and you like taught them that. So that's super fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. What is the best cardstock to use to cut? Beth Cole, we use Celebration Warehouse. We actually love them. It's founded by Ashley Falco, and they have great cardstock. Cuts like butter every time. No, never upset. Like always love their stuff. So, yay! I love it. Love it. I can transfer these skills towards actual learning of paper crafts. Here's the thing. The time isn't even that big of a deal to me. And like if you made a mistake, no big deal because the supplies are so minimal, like so affordable.
Yes.
So unlike other projects, this is a very low entry cost to like really learn some skills. So super, super fun. Let us know if you have any questions. And if you're not already in Maker University, Sadie just dropped that link. So I saw some people ask, what is Maker University? It's our advanced level Cricut curriculum where it's like stretching the value of your Cricut machine. So you're going to make projects and be challenged in that program unlike anything before.
Yes.
And we're doing live coaching calls for the month of September and a little bit into October if you take it live with us. So yay, I love it. Go Michelle, love it. April says, will you be buying the new Cricut Joy? I haven't thought about that, but I'm sure we will.
I'm pretty sure
we
and
will.
Alicia already talked about it, and there's like has it
Yeah.
on standby to
Yes,
buy.
I'm waiting for when they come out with that new printable material. I'm really excited for Cricut's printable stuff.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. I hope.
I don't know. I think it will be. I mean, honestly,
I was a big fan of their old stuff. I don't know if you worked here with their old stuff.
I did not.
Their old stuff was so good. Like I had so many packages of it. I was using it for years, and everybody was like, "How do I get some?" I was like, "Well, they stopped selling it." I really liked it. It was really good. Now Zakoto is still like probably top, but it was my second choice compared to
Did you
anything
know
else.
that A-Sub makes printable sticker paper?
No, I bet it would be really good.
I saw it on Amazon yesterday, and I thought I need to get some of
That's
that to
so
try.
cool. Okay.
Because
well,
we love the A-Sub paper so
I
much.
love that. Yeah, I feel like it's so consistent.
I know.
I love it. All right, my friends, this is gonna be so good. We can all wait to see you back here real soon at the Makers Gonna Learn channel. Until then, get in the membership. If you're a member, you have a fun project to make. If you're not a member, get your membership while you can. Enjoy Maker University. Can't wait to see you guys in there as well. And we'll see you back here real soon.
Sounds
Thanks for
good.
watching.
Bye, guys.